Hello students, welcome to my channel Brain Drain. My name is Neha Bhatia and this video is for class 10 chapter 2 polynomials part 2. Before this, don't forget to see part 1. Now in this video we will start topic relation between zeros and coefficient of polynomial. Zeros of polynomials I have already explained in my part 1 that the zeros of polynomials are the values of variables in the polynomial, and about coefficient you have studied in class 9. Again I am repeating. For this I have taken a quadratic polynomial 3x square plus 5x minus 2. If in this polynomial I am asking the coefficient of x square, so what is the coefficient of x square? 3. If I am asking the coefficient of x, what is the coefficient of x? 5. And minus 2 is the constant term. Minus 2 is the constant term. So these are the coefficient of each term of this given polynomial. Now you tell me the standard form of the polynomial. The standard form of the polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c. This is the standard form of the polynomial. So a is always the coefficient of x square, b is always the coefficient of x, and c is called constant term. And zeros means, because this is quadratic equation, so two zeros will be there. So now we will take out the zeros of this polynomial here with the factorization method, which we have already done in class 9. So how to do it? 3 into 2 is 6. It means we have to take two numbers whose multiplication should be 6 and subtraction, because here is the sign of subtraction, so subtraction should be 5. Subtraction should be 5. According to me, I think these two numbers will be 6 and 1, because 6 into 1 is 6 and 6 minus 1 is 5. So we will split the middle term. 6x minus x minus 2. Now you take these two pairs. What can we take common from these two terms? 3x. So here will be x plus 2. And what can we take common from these two terms? Nothing, only minus 1. So here also will be x plus 2. Now from this what we can take common? X plus 2. So I am taking x plus 2 common. So the next factor will be 3x minus 1. Now the first, according to this first factor, value of x will be minus 2, and according to this second factor, value of x will be 1 by 3. So these are the zeros of the polynomial. Now I will tell you, because we know the coefficient also and we know the zeros of also. Now I will tell you about the relation between these two. Now these are called the zeros of the polynomial, and we denote zeros of the polynomials by alpha and beta. Anyone you can take alpha as alpha and anyone you can take as beta. So alpha I am taking as minus 2 and beta I am taking as 1 by 3. Zeros of the polynomial. Okay, and the coefficient of polynomials are coming. A is the coefficient of polynomial, so a value is coming 3. B is the coefficient of x square, x, so b value is coming 5, and constant polynomial is coming minus 2. Clear? Now you do the sum of the zeros. Sum of zeros means alpha plus beta. Minus 2 plus 1 by 3. What will be the value? Solve it. Minus 5 by 3. And if we will take these three coefficients, When will minus 5 by 3 will come? If we will do my b upon a. If I am doing b upon a and I am putting minus sign also here. So this is also coming minus 5 by 3. It means which relation is establishing here between zeros and coefficient? The relation which is establishing here, that is that sum of zeros of the given polynomial is equal to minus b upon a. Means the sum of two zeros of the quadratic polynomial is equal to the coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square minus coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. So this is the first relation between zeros and coefficient. What is the relation? Again I am repeating, this one is very important. Keep it in mind that a alpha plus beta means sum of zeros is equal to minus b upon a. If we don't want to, suppose the polynomial is already given and they are asking the sum of the zeros directly, and you don't want to take out the zeros because this is very long procedure, so you don't have to take out the zeros of the polynomial. Sum of zeros of polynomial directly you can take out by this formula, that sum of zeros will be equal to minus b upon a. And the second relation is product of zeros is equal to c upon a, means alpha into beta is equal to constant term upon coefficient of x square. So this is the second relation. This is the second relation between zeros and coefficient. So what you have to keep it in your mind, main thing, the relation between zeros and coefficient, that sum of zeros means alpha plus beta is equal to minus b upon a. Product of zeros means alpha into beta is equal to c upon a. Clear? Now come to the next topic. Form a quadratic equation from the given zeros and from the given that if given is that sum of zeros is given and product of zeros are given. Okay, so how to form a quadratic equation if zeros are given? So this is the formula, this is the equation, that x square, you have to just put the values only, x square minus sum of zeros into x plus product of zeros. So which value you have to put here? Because zeros are already given, if sum of 0 is given then you put directly here. If sum of zeros is not given, then you find out the sum of the zeros, then put the values here. Okay, and the same here, put the value of product of zeros here. So you can say which formula is this, that x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta. So how to form a quadratic equation? You just learn this, x square minus sum of zeros into x plus product of zeros. So now come to the exercise 2.2. This first question is related to first topic which I explained. Find the zeros and verify the relation. So first question, third part I have taken. Before verifying the relation, first we have to find out the zeros. Before this you have to check the equation is in standard form or not. If the equation will not be in standard form, then the solution will be wrong. What is the standard form? Ax square means x square term should be first, then x term should be first, second, then the third. Okay, now we will find out the zeros of this polynomial. So 6 into 3, 18. It means multiplication should be 18 and subtraction should be 7. So I think 9 and 2, because 9 into 2 is 18 and 9 minus 2 is 7. So we will split it. 6x square minus 9x minus 2x minus 3 equal to 0. Be careful about the signs. So x square minus 9x, because minus is here, so this sign will be changed. Minus 3 equal to 0. Now we will take common from these two. What can we take common? 3x. So 2x minus 3 will be here, and we cannot take common anything, so we will take 1. So 2x minus 3. If these two brackets are coming same, it means our solution is correct. Now 2x minus 3 is the one factor, and another factor is 3x plus 1. So according to this factor, 1 0 will be 3 by 2, and according to this factor, another 0 will be minus 1 by 3. So it means alpha is 3 by 2 and beta is minus 1 by 3. Now we will verify the relation. Alpha plus beta should be equal to minus b upon a. So first of all, you find out the value of a, b and c. So what is the value of a? 6 after converting in standard form. What is the value of b? Minus 7. And what is the value of c? Minus 3. Now you verify the relation. Put the values in both sides. Alpha value is 3 by 2. Beta value is minus 1 by 3. Minus b. So minus is already there, and b value is also in minus, and a value is 6. When will you solve it? It will be 7 by 6, and minus minus plus, this side is also coming 7 by 6. So what we will write? Verified. The relation between coefficient and zeros are verified in this part. Now the second relation, that alpha into beta should be equal to c upon a. So alpha value is 3 by 2, beta value is minus 1 by 3, c value is minus 3, and a value is 6. What is coming? Minus 1 by 2. Here also, when we will reduce this fraction, what is coming? Minus 1 by 2. So this is also verified. Clear? One more part I have taken here, 4u square plus 8u. Again, first we will find out the zeros, because 3 terms are not there, so we will not use factorization method. It will be easier than that. 4u square plus 8u equal to 0. So we can take 4 common, and u also we can take common. So what will left here? U plus 2. Okay. Now I think it's not required. So you just shift 8u there. 4u square is equal to minus 8u. Sorry for that. Okay, so 1u will be cut by this, and 4 will be 8 minus 8 will be cut by this. So u value is coming minus 2. What is the value of 2? Minus 2. Because this is quadratic equation, so we have to have two zeros. Another value will be 0. Now verify the relation. Any one relation I will verify. So I am taking sum of the zeros. Alpha plus beta should be equal to minus b upon a. What is the value of b? Always keep it in your mind that u means the second term x, in which we have degree 1 of variable, that is called the b, and which have the degree 2 of variable, that is a, and the constant term is c. But in this constant term is not there, so we will take 0 in place of c. Fine. So what is the value of alpha? Minus 2. Beta 0, minus b value is b value is 8, so minus 8, and a value is 4. Now minus 2 plus 0 will be equal to minus 2, and minus 8 by 4 also will be equal to minus 2. Verified. When will you verify alpha into beta is equal to c upon a? C value will be 0. So minus 2 into 0 will be equal to 0, and c upon a means 0 upon 4 also will be equal to 0. Clear? Now you do all the parts of this question because all are the same type. Now we will do the second part of this question. Second question is find a quadratic equation if sum and product of zeros are already given. You just pay attention here. Sum and product is given, zeros are not given. This question can be of two type, that find a quadratic equation if zeros are this, and find a quadratic equation if sum of zeros and product of zeros are given. If only zeros are given, so first you find out the sum and product of the zeros. If sum and product of zeros are already given, so just put the values directly. Clear? So in this question number 2 of NCERT exercise 2.2, sum and product are given. So this first one is the sum of zeros and this is the product of zeros. Why the first one is the sum? Because they have given in this order only. Okay, so what is the formula? That x square minus alpha plus beta, it means sum of zeros into x plus alpha into beta. Okay, so we have to put the values only because they have already given the sum and product of the zeros. We don't have to do anything. So x square minus, put the sum of the zeros value, that is root 2x plus 1 by 3. So this is the quadratic equation. Clear? Now students listen, we can give the answer of polynomial like this also, but if we can convert the polynomial in the standard form or simple form, so we should. Okay, so 3 can be taken as LCM. So 3 I am taking LCM here, so this will be 3x square, this will be 3 root 2x, and this will be 1. I think you know the procedure of taking LCM. Okay, and equal to 0. Now we will shift this 3 here into multiplication because this is in divide. So this will again become 0. So the polynomial will be 3x square minus 3 root 2x plus 1. So this is the final answer. Clear? Now you come to the next one. I have taken first part also. So the sum of zeros is 1 upon 4 and product of zeros is minus 1. Write the formula. And put the values x square minus 1 upon 4x plus minus 1 because product of 0 is minus 1. So x square minus x upon 4 plus minus 1. Again we should convert. It's not mandatory but we should. So 4x square minus x minus 4 equal to 0. Clear? So this is the quadratic polynomial 4x square minus x minus 4 equal to 0. Now you do the remaining parts of this question also and complete exercise 2.2. I hope these two topics are clear because these both topics of this chapter is very important for board exams. So do all the parts, don't leave any part, even do the example also, and for the next topic don't forget to see part 3. Thank you.